Herring is a genuine Youghiogheny River branch. I select them from down along the river shore, where the river at higher water brings all the debris down and then deposits it. I mainly get my sticks on the other side. I don't think I've ever picked up a stick on this side. There are these eddy, slow-moving water after the rapids where the debris piles up, and in that debris pile is some beautiful river debarked sticks. I take them home and polyurethane them, and I've now started to leave them out in some of the more beautiful off-trail little places. It's a nice little cliff area for the Fern Cliff Trail. Yeah, if there were bears and they hibernated down there, I suppose they'd be coming out about right now. I've never heard of any bears on the peninsula here, though. If they get stuck, they definitely want to get out of this place. There's not much going on here. I don't think I've ever seen a deer here. They're trying to get deer here, but I think there's just too many people, and they can sense that they get trapped if they get on the peninsula. Okay, there's a nice little walkway down to another set of rocks down there. That'd be the top part of the railroad rapids, which are now hiking upstream along the Fern Cliff Trail, Ohiopyle State Park, Western Pennsylvania, 22 May 2022. This is like probably the easiest, well, second easiest. I'd say Great Gorge is the easiest trail, closest to the visitor center. I mean, if you consider the section of Fern Cliff Trail, which is across from the visitor center, starting at Main Falls, walking upstream to the low bridge, that's the tiniest little trail. That's a really fun trail to do. Section of this trail that we're on will eventually end this hike there, walking that final beautiful little section between Main Falls and Low Bridge. Low Bridge is the Rails to Trails bicycle bridge, which all the hikers and bicycles and cross-country skiers in the winter can just pop on that, have a nice cross-country ski experience, great easy biking. And if you're super lazy and don't want to get your shoes muddy, well, then you just do that tiny little stretch of hiking between Low Bridge and Main Falls on the opposite side of the river from the visitor center. But anyways, better to see it, go just do it. That's one of the most beautiful sections of Ohiopyle sidewalk, Ohiopyle Youghiogheny River sidewalk. Beautiful walking rock right along the river. I've been videoing the potholes here, and I'm able to spot them a lot easier. I didn't even remember those two little potholes right there at Takeout Loop. But like people say, these potholes are all over the park, particularly along the river. I still need to meet up with the famous geologist man, Jim, forget his last name. Okay, where are we here? We're getting up to the Dartmouth Rapids. And there's a tree up here. I can see it from here. Remember this big square boulder here? You can hear the rapids ahead. And if you know where the Dartmouth Rapids Pothole is, you can see it from this side. Better to have binoculars, which I didn't bring today. But if you got binoculars, you can see the Dartmouth Rapids Pothole from this little tree here. I call this the low slingshot gun sight tree. And you can kind of see through the trees. Yep, there it is. I can see the Ohiopyle pothole, but it'd be almost impossible to. It's right there. See that one branch that tips over and goes down about 7 feet in from the tip of that broken branch, and starting at that 7 feet mark from the tip, but coming back, when you go straight up, you can see that little black oval. That little black oval is the Dartmouth Rapids Pothole, and this is the Dartmouth Rapids. So that's the second of the 6 rapids, and as you have heard, you can listen to it. Okay, so this whole series of incredible boulders leads right down. This is all overgrown. I guess this would be a hibernation territory for bears if we were not here, but I think we make such a racket that bears don't hibernate here anymore. But who knows? Maybe I'll stir one and disprove that. Not like to do that though. Okay, we're going back to the Fern Cliff Trail here, and we're going on the Fern Cliff upriver to the next rapids. You just listen to them. You can hear them. It's real easy hiking. Definitely interesting enough. It's not boring. Ferncliff Peninsula hike. Definitely worth it. I love it. Because it's so well known, sometimes people don't appreciate it and say, oh, let's go do something more difficult and challenging, but this is incredible. As you can see, I've proven there's not very many people on the trail. And it's only 10:30 Sunday morning. Okay, that's all still Dartmouth Rapids. That noise. You don't realize how good it is to have these trails. It'd be almost impossible to do the kind of hiking that I like. It takes like 3 hours for me to hike along the river shore. Where you do this trail, it takes you an hour or less. So it cuts out the time by 3. It's a lot safer. I guess you have less impact on the critters, but you do kind of cause a fence, because where we walk acts like a big fence. Our trail's pretty much a fence between here and the river.